Hello everyone, welcome into my craft space. Today I am working on a pretty messy desk, but I am working on my steampunk journal. As you can see, I've added a little bit of lace here, and I do have a plan for the cover, so stay tuned for that one in the next video. Today I'm going to work on a page that's a specimen card, and I'm going to be using this Fiskateer clear stamp just to give some interest to the background. And this one's actually really neat. It has these little roses on it. I thought it would be great for my design. So I'm gonna use some walnut stain or vintage photo. Maybe I'll use a little both. I don't know yet. And then I also have this Stampin' Up stamp, has some numbers, and I thought since it's a specimen card and it has the numbers, that'd be kind of cool. So we'll try some of these numbers with this vintage photos ink. And you can see I've got some clips on my book here, and I've picked a page that is single, so there's no pockets on this one. And I've got some chipboard in between because I'm going to be stamping and inking and all that good stuff. So I think I'm just gonna do these here, and then the rest I'm gonna do with this one. And this ink is definitely dark enough for me, so that's good. Let's see if we can get this rose in here. Oh, that's kind of neat. Mostly what's going to show is the top and the bottom. Okay, I think I still want to use just my little handwriting stamp. Little, ha ha ha. It's like the biggest stamp I own, but I haven't taken it off the block ever. So we'll just go with that. This is just some archival black ink. I'll put this up here. And a little over here too. Okay. So my plan here, I do actually kind of have a plan this time. I usually don't. I just kind of go with the flow. But since I wanted to do a specimen card, I had this die cut of a frame that reminded me of a specimen card. So it's right here. And you can use this or you can make your own. Let's see what size this is. This one looks like it is about 4.5 by 4 1/4-ish. Usually when you're doing specimen cards, you want the bottom to be just a little thicker than the top. And this one is, so that's all good. And I'm going to, this one was a punch out on a page of ephemera that came with a pack a long time ago. I don't even know what pack. So I'm gonna use my little paper distressor, take off those dots, and give the paper a little bit of a more worn look. So there's so many ways you can make these specimen cards. You can use the old school like projector slides. They're little paper slides. You can use those. You can trace them out, cut them yourself. You can use a template. You can print them. I know they come in a lot of DigiKits. And then today I'm going to be using some acetate, but you can use a piece of page protector, a piece of packaging, anything with that acetate-like feel. Okay, so I'm fairly happy with this. However, I want to, my specimen is going to be one of these flowers, which I had somewhere. There it is. And I was thinking about the back because mine is going to be, I'm going to cut out here and it's going to be see-through on the other side. So, you know, I could do like this, or I could color it and put some butterflies on there. I just don't want it to be this white blob. That's what you see. So, I think actually I might do some of this writing stamp on there too, on the back. We'll give that a little better of a look there. Yeah, that looks kind of neat. Maybe a little more corner. Okay. So we'll see how that works out here. So up here, I think I'm going to do a little bit of some sprays. The acetate that I have, I think was from a Heidi Swap kit. So it actually has some blue tint on the side, which I thought would be really neat with this turquoise flower as my specimen. So that's what it's going to be on the inside. And I want some spray up here. I was thinking some speckled egg would be good. Speckled egg Distress Oxide spray. Just give it a little spray. Again, here is a good time when you want to have something protecting your work area, or use a splatter box, because these sprays do definitely get all over things. All right, and I think I might put a little bit of this peeled paint too. Kind of bring in the blue and the green. Okay. And not a lot of that is going to show because we're going to cut it out. So I've got this little setting mat that I had from ages ago when I had to set eyelets with like a hammer and whatever. But I kind of want this to go more towards the top. So I am going to just trace around here with an ink pen. And then we can move this mat up just a bit. I don't know if this mat is a good fit. We're gonna try it out. Okay. And you can use a metal ruler. You can use scissors. I'm gonna try using my X-Acto knife here. Just try to do 4 quick slices. We'll see. Ugh, yeah. Make sure whatever you set it on is okay to be cut, because like that spot over there didn't have the mat over there. Eek. Okay, how are we doing? All right, last one. And if you have enough room on your work surface, you can turn this around so it's a little closer to you. if that's easier. My space is very cluttered. But that's okay. I make it work. All right, I think I got it. Now, I did leave a little bit of room around. You can keep this for another project. If you don't keep your scraps, you can toss it. Let's put this X-Acto away. There we go. Okay. So I think we're done with this now. And let's see if this will fit here. That'll be pretty good. There is a little bit of extra room over here, but that's okay. Can kind of push this there. And then once we have the acetate in the middle, it'll be okay. So the next thing to think about is adhesive. There's so many kinds out there, but the trick with this one is it's a lot like adhering to vellum. So you want to make sure whatever you're putting in there isn't able to be seen through the other side, which can be a challenge. Just putting it on here, no big deal because I have some edges, so I could just put some tape around here and that would hold it on there fine. My bigger problem comes when I am putting my specimen in there because whatever glue you use will show through on the other side. So things to think about. I am going to use probably some transfer tape, but then it's going to be sticky on both sides. So you can run it through a Xyron, which I think actually might be a better idea. Let me just see. So if you don't have a Xyron machine, it's a sticker maker, super great. This one isn't the one I normally use, but this one is, I did have some adhesive for it, so I just went with it. And sometimes when I'm doing these, I like to put as much as I can across the row here, even if I don't plan to use these all like right now. Then I get the best use of all of my tape, and then you just do like this, and it puts adhesive on the back, and it puts clear adhesive, which is great. Put a couple more things in here in case if I decide to use them. Another idea would be to use a laminator and put your specimen through there, and then instead of using acetate or some kind of clear plastic, you just already have it because you put it through the laminator. Alright, there we go. So that just makes those sticky on the back. Those Xyron machines are really great if you do a lot of, like, I use it for a lot of ribbon, and it's great for if you're doing something like this where you need a clear tape adhesive. But it can get kind of expensive, so I usually am one to use my coupons for those, which is great. All right. So let's see, I'm going to use some of this here. To stick this. Actually, I think it might be easier to just use some red line tape. So let me see if I can find some of that. Oh. Maybe this one. Yeah, there we go. If you're going to use these, like, you could easily make shakers out of these. So you could use like some foam tape it a little bit of a raised image. You can also use staples. Staples are a really good way to staple to like vellum or acetate. I really like using my tiny attacher, little tiny staples. All right, we'll do one more piece over here. Okay. I think I'm just gonna stick a little piece on the top and bottom of that acetate and stop it from moving about. Okay. Put this where we want it. And as you can see, it was a really tight fit. It barely was the right size. So this here. And that one up there. That'll stop the acetate from moving around. Now, depending on the size of your specimen, you can put the specimen in there now, or you can do it at the end. Mine's not going to take up the whole space, so I will do it in just a second after I peel off all these little goodies. And we'll stick this guy down. I think I will put a little bit of ink on the edges of this one too, just because. So many things you can do. I've got some really great watercolors too, and that would be really fun. Ooh, do I want? Yeah, we'll do this one. So this is cracked pistachio. I'm just gonna rub it on the edges here. So you don't get to see much of it, but you can see that it's there. Side. You can use your inking brush or whatever, inking tools, whatever you want to do. Usually I just have creature of habit, and this is how I usually do it. Especially when it's just a subtle something like that. Okay, so put this in over here, trying mostly to cover up that leftover edge that I have there. Also doing it this way, if you wanted to put in some kind of brads or something, we could have done it on this before we put it down, and then that would make those brad tabs not visible, which would be nice. I wanted to do this like right here, and we'll just tear this edge. Put a little cracked pistachio on the end, so that we don't have a bunch of white. And a little bit of a glue stick here. My plan for this bottom piece was to put this pen nib piece in here. And this one looks like I cut it out a little wonky, so Just gonna put a little ink around the edge and I'll get rid of those. This one I cut out from a different Graphic 45 collection. It is the Communique collection. It's the one that has all the like phones and typewriters and pen nibs and whatever in there. Okay. So there's that, and we'll put this here. Of course, you don't have to decorate like this. This is just something I thought would look really great for the page. Usually specimen cards are numbered, so that's why I've got this little number guy here. My problem with my specimen, again, is that it's going to be visible on the other side. So it's going to be see-through like this. So I was thinking about maybe putting these butterflies on the back. And then we have our glue issue again. Because this will be sticky side here. So that fits kind of like this. Maybe I'll just do one because then that would be shown from the other side. Okay, so we'll put this one. I do want a little bit of ink on it. Sorry guys, you get to watch me ink this stuff, but it does add a lot of dimension to your projects, and I really like that darker outline. Okay, we'll put a little on this back side too. Okay. So now we'll put this down, and it's still sticky because I put it through the Xyron. The only place it's not sticky is where this butterfly is, but I'm hoping it will be enough sticky to still stick and stay there, and it looks like it is, and that's kind of fun. So then this side I will have to decorate with something else, and there is some beautiful butterflies in the collection. I think I'm going to put this here. Just let it hang over just a little bit. That will create a little bit of a white back there. So have to keep that in mind when you do one thing to one side. Kind of makes something else on the other side. While I have this paper here, I'm going to go ahead and put in a little ink on the edges. Okay. Well, we're doing good on time. I have the other papers with some butterflies. Let's see what that looks like on the other side. I already have these kind of cut out, so I can kind of do this around the bottom and the top, I think. Yeah, I think that's really pretty, so maybe I will just tear. I don't know if I'm going to glue these down just yet because I might want to do something a little different with this page. I don't know. Let's see. Actually, maybe I do quite like that. Let's see. binding strip here. We'll cut that off and see where we're at. Again, this is from the Graphic 45 Steampunk Debutante collection. That is just about perfect fit there. That one I might just line up there and it'll cover up whatever I've got going on up there. Okay. I don't want to cut off all these butterflies because they're kind of my reason for using them. They go with that specimen so good. But I think it does look really nice like this. And then since it's hanging over here, I might be able to use some ribbon or lace or something there. So I'm gonna go with that. Actually, I could push it in like this. That would be fine. Okay. Go ahead and glue this one. And I'm gonna leave it kind of loosely glued so that I can still put stuff underneath if I want to. Just use a glue stick. And I can always go in and add some other layers to this later. This will just remind me that I wanted to cover some of this up. Okay. Then I could go in and use something like some mulberry paper and just put it around the sides with edges. I wanted to just remember that with this acetate, it does show through on both sides. So see, I've got some butterflies showing through there, but I think that's okay. Don't really mind that. Okay, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is just a super simple specimen card. I've seen some really great ones on other YouTube channels. They decorate the outsides of these really explicit with some like twine or clusters, and I still might do that. Maybe some brads, I'm not sure yet. But I do really like how the page turned out. I like that you can see through on both sides and that it's right in the middle of the book. So that'll be a nice, fun addition to the book. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. I've got a lot of more great videos coming working in this fun steampunk altered book. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.